Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Nitty Gritty Cafe. If you're on Instagram, or we are sometimes called the NGC, look us up, make sure you follow. And if you're on YouTube, the channel is called Learn Together. So today we will be taking a little bit of a deep dive into the importance of pouring positive words into your children daily. Now, I don't know about you, but I remember growing up and you would hear parents just yelling at their kids, "You're never going to be this. You're not good at this." And sometimes that has to do with the way you yourself are brought up and you don't know how to pour positive things in. So I would like to make sure that if you're listening to this at any point, you can learn something new that will help to change your life and also your children's lives. So at the bottom here, you can see it says, as soon as your children walk out of your home, the world starts draining them by pouring negativity into them. I don't know if you can see the little kids at the park, but usually a child will come home from school or the park and say, "This person said this to me." And it affects their self esteem, their self confidence, the way they think about themselves. And so, what I want to do is to make sure that we as parents are pouring positives into our children so that they will have the confidence. So, when the negativities come or when people say things that they shouldn't believe, they will know, no, this is not what I believe. They don't have space to take that in because we have done such a great job of making sure that they know what is true and what is correct. So here are some positives, some synonyms of positive: constructive, helpful, hopeful, there's optimistic, useful, practical. I'll let you read the rest of them: beneficial, worthwhile. So there are some other words here when we're talking about positive and why you should have, these positive words in your children's lives. So I'll give you a couple examples, okay? So you need to pour positive things into your children's life because as soon as they go out, other people are saying things, are pouring feelings and opinions into their lives. And so if they don't already have a good background, a good foundation of the positive things, the hopeful things, the things that can make a difference in their lives, then those negative things will stick to them and they will believe that. So I have a cup here and I like to think of it this way. Every day you should pour in, because when they go to school, so let's say you filled them up for the day and they go to school, somebody's going to say, "I don't like your clothes. I don't like the way you speak. I don't like your eyes. I don't like your hair. You're not good at this. You will never be good at this." There's all these things that are being said to your children whenever they leave your presence. And so if you don't refill it, that means that those negative things have now replaced some of the positive things that you have put in. And so now they have more negative than positive. So it is important, please, even if you were not brought up with a parent who said what we call nice things in the Caribbean, who said positive things, please listen, because we can change those things for our children so that they don't believe some of the lies that we grew up believing. So your words make a difference. And so I have some examples here. The words you speak to your child become their internal voice. So when your child has to think about things or something negative happens, sometimes the words that you have said will come back, and that's the voice that they will listen to inside. So try to say these positive things. You're clever, you're funny, you can do hard things, your feelings matter, mistakes happens, it's okay. Your smile makes my day. I'm proud of you. Oh my goodness, I'm proud of you. My kids, their face light up when I say I'm proud of them. I'm proud of you, and I'm happy that I'm your mom, and I'm happy that you're my child. You know, those are the kind of things that make a difference. So when somebody says something that's opposing to that, they can say, "No, mommy or daddy said this." So those are some examples there. I'm going to leave those there and go to the next slide. So the more positive interactions you have between a parent and a child, the less likely it is that you will have to nag in order for that child to do something, because that child has a great relationship with you and they want to make you happy. So both positive and negative um, behavior, you can have that, although you get behavior changes from both positive and negative reinforcements, that the one that lasts longer is the positive reinforcement. So what I'm saying is, please try to use some positive words. I'm going to show you why. But let's look at some of the tips for using positive words with children first. Listen carefully. Be curious about your children. Be present. Live in the moment. Remember the power of negative words on your child's brain function. Look it up. There's a lot of studies that talk about that. And remember what it was like to be a child and live from your heart. Like they live in the moment. And sometimes because we are so busy, doing all kinds of stuff, we're like, no, just leave me alone, go away. That's not the way you should be talking to your child. You know, just because maybe that's the way you were brought up does not mean it was correct. Probably means that your parents didn't know how to raise you any differently. And so now that you know a little bit better, a little bit more, then you start making those changes in your lives and in your children's lives. So I have here, let's reverse this. So the ideal ratio of positive comments to negative comments is often recommended to be about 3 to 1, or the one I've heard the most is 5 to 1. So for every positive comment you have, you should only have one negative. Most of us, that is reversed. We say one positive thing and then we say 5 negative things. And so we have canceled out the one positive thing that we said because we've said so much more negative things. So right beneath that, it says, did you know the average child hears 432 negative comments per day? Can you believe it? Per day. They hear 432 negative comments versus only 32 positive ones. So I found that on the internet, and that's very troubling, because that means that, like it's 1 to 10. So they only hear one, less than 1 to 10. It's a little bit less, but it's for every one positive thing they hear 10 more negative. So which voice do you think they'll be listening to, the positive or the negative? So make sure your voice is the loudest in your children's lives, and that you are saying something good and helpful to your children, constructive. If you have to criticize, do it in a constructive way. Some encouraging things that you can say, and I hope you'll do a screenshot of this. All of us make mistakes. You're getting better. Look for the things that you can say good things about. Your practice is paying off. What did you try hard at school today? I'm sure you can do it. You're important. Your opinion is important. It's okay to say no, and this one is very important. It's okay to say no. Please let your children know that they do not have to go along with the crowd anywhere to do things that they know are not right. It is okay to be the one who is not a part of the crowd. Stand out for the things that are right and are true. And I tell my children, I hope that when the time comes for you to make a decision, you will do the things that would make God's heart happy. If you know that God would not be happy with you doing that, then don't do it. Or if you know mommy and daddy would not be happy with you doing that, then don't do it no matter what your friends say. Make sure you tell your children you are beautiful or you are handsome, and I am proud to be your parent. So, this is about all I have for today. There are some other ones here, which gives you just a way to rephrase things. So I'm just going to go through 2 or 3 of them. So a negative thing that we always say is stop yelling. But the positive way to say that is please talk softly. One more thing would be like, you are so messy. That's a negative. But the positive way to say that would be like, wow, you remembered to wash your hands when you came in the door. You are so responsible. So find the thing that you can give them a compliment about so that you can say something positive, which is going to help to build their self-esteem. Say, let's find out instead of, I don't know, right? Be curious. Get on the internet. Everything is easy. Find something out, right? Don't say, I don't know. And if you do, say, you know what, when we get home later, if you can't look it up, when we get home later, maybe we can do some research online. All right. So, and instead of saying, what a mess, say, it looks like you had fun. How can we clean up? Or now can we clean up? So, this is what I wanted to leave with you. Use kind words instead of, we don't talk like that. Be the major voice in your children's lives. Make sure they understand how important they are to you as a parent and as a part of the family, and pour into them. Don't let it be that your children hear you speaking negative all the time. That statistic I showed you, which said 432 negatives to only 32 positives a day. I mean, even if you should break that down to 1 in every 10, that is still going in the wrong direction. So everyone, pour positive words into your children's lives. I'm not saying you should fool your children, and if they're not good at something, you should say, oh, you're fantastic at it. You say, you know what, we have some work to do. Let's work on this together, or get some help if we need to get somebody else to help. Okay? But please speak positive. There's so many children who have, very low self-esteem. And because of that, they end up, going in the wrong directions because they're trying to seek approval from people they shouldn't be seeking approval from. So please speak positive words into your children's lives. Refill them every day with some positive words. Thank you, everyone. Have a fantastic day.